Hello, bonjour. Welcome to Awwwards Academy. Welcome to today's live jury website review. It's the first live session of 2021 and we're really excited to kick off. So yeah, I'm Rachel. I'm the community manager at Awwwards. It's good to be back. Awwwards Academy, it's a learning platform for digital creatives. You can find all sorts of workshops and courses on there. What have we got coming up? We've got a live workshop next week, Monday and Tuesday, with Andreas Resgaard, and that is machine learning for artists with Runway ML. Now, we have got a few tickets left, and if you're interested in learning about AI experiments and machine learning and how you can use AI in your creative projects, then you should definitely get involved because it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. If you want to get a ticket, the link is put in the description of this video. So make sure you subscribe and let's meet today's jury. Hello, jury. Show yourselves.
Hello.
Hello, Anais, Jonas. Hello. So we've got Jonas Lempa, partner and creative director of Taikonauten. Welcome back, Jonas.
Thank you very much for inviting me again and having the great possibility or opportunity to join such an amazing group and saying hi to everybody on YouTube watching right now. Looking forward to have this wonderful hour with you.
I always feel more relaxed when you're here, Jonas. When your camera's on, I'm like, okay, good. We can all relax because Jonas. Okay, so we're also joined by Olga. She is creative director at Vintage Web Production. Olga, hello, how are you?
Hello, hi everyone. I'm so glad to be a part of it. As you can see, I'm in a sweater because it's absolutely freezing in Kyiv today. So I hope our session will be very, very hot.
The last time I saw you, Olga, was in Amsterdam.
Yes, sure. I was a speaker there at Awwwards conference. It was amazing experience. So I hope the next experience will be today. It's also very amazing and unusual to be in such session. I hope it will be very, very great.
Oh, well, it's a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you.
And also we've got Anais. Anais is interactive designer at Immersive Garden. Welcome.
Thank you. I'm really excited to be here. I love watching the review. I think the concept is amazing. I wish I take personally more the time to analyze websites every day. So thank you, Awwwards, for doing that. It's really great.
Oh, a pleasure to have you with us. So let's get on with the show. I'll leave you with Jonas. Remember, we want all of your comments and questions. So stick them in the YouTube chat and we'll do our best to answer you. So have a good one, and I'll see you at the end.
Thank you very much, Rachel. Again, hi to everybody, and thank you very much for the possibility to join and to get the first review of this year. We discussed a lot about what we would like to review and what would make sense to start this hopefully better year together, and let's jump into the overview. We decided to look at the Sea Shepherd No Fishing Net website. We are not sure if everybody knows what Sea Shepherd is, but it's basically a non-profit, an NGO fighting illegal fishing, fighting hunting whales, and really present within this topic. So we are really glad to talk about this very interesting website, immersive web experience created by the French agency makemepulse. I think they're also from Paris, right, Anais?
Yeah, French creative.
Great. Since the pandemic, we are a global family, anyways, right? So everything is happening remotely. So also saying hi to everybody who is watching from makemepulse and potentially also from Sea Shepherd. Really great to have this opportunity.
Yeah, I can see that Riansa joined us on the chat. So hi, Louis.
Nice.
And also want to say hello to all French people and all people who are in the chat looking for us. Thank you.
Perfect introduction. So what we are going to talk about today is, on the one hand side, we are reviewing things and different highlights, and also commenting on topics which we maybe would do differently, which where we see potential, and to basically optimize this web experience. But first, our highlights of this website, which was site of the day on January the 5th, is, for example, the splash screen, the font, the video, the whole topic of donation, since the goal of this website is getting money to help stop illegal fishing, and to help stop or to gather basically fishing nets swimming around in the ocean and in the seas to help life within the sea. Additionally to that, we will talk about the content, about the color palette, and I'm really glad to have such amazing partners today, because I'm definitely not able to answer everything. And so with that, we have a great opportunity to learn and to review. On the awards platform, it got an overall ranking of 7.96. And won the Site of the Day award, as well as the honorable mention, if I'm not wrong, as well as won the award for the development. Even if it's a great experience, the feedback for the development, or the ranking for the development, was partially good, partially with great potential, as we can see here by the analytics of the awards team, where we see some great things, but also some possibilities to even improve. We think it's always an interesting challenge with immersive web experiences, as well as the background or the timing issues or budget topics, where we potentially also got some details, and we can share things about that. Well, if there's anything to add, I would like to jump directly to the website, and giving us the opportunity to experience this great website, or this great platform, together with my jury fellows as well as you on YouTube. So I hope you can see it. Just give me a sign.
Yeah, it's working well.
Yeah.
Perfect. So welcome to Sea Shepherd No Fishing Net, where we have the claim of fishing nets are killing our ocean. If nothing is done, there won't be anything left. Olga, what do you think about the first impression?
First impression is my impression about the composition. We see the globe where the ocean is depicted as a bunch of the fish nets, which obviously illustrated the topic of the website, and it's very, very great. And the typography and the colors of the first screen are amazing, because, for example, color palette is gray, dark blue, black, purple. This combination might seem a bit gloomy, but the main topic of the website isn't the cheerful either, so the colors works just fine for me, for example. And the texture of the continents looks mesmerizing. If you look at the typography, you will see the letters look like sharp and thin, like something, for example, it's almost like fishing hooks. So again, it creates an emotion that the designer has aiming for. But also, if we're looking for the logotype, for me, it's a bit smaller on this composition. I make it bigger. All designers like this phrase, to make the logo bigger, and they hate it. But in this composition, really wants to make it a little bigger to make more attention on this part. And also, yes, sure, I forget about the call to action. Take action, it's for me a great name for this button, because first you see that you need to do, you just need to push the button. After that, you will discover the site at whole.
Totally. What I find interesting is that we have this splash page or this intro page, since like because I was asking myself, why aren't we jumping directly to the experience? Why is it a little bit hard to understand what it's all about here on this page? So it's a balance between I'm getting interested to jump into this website, at the same time a little bit lost of what's all about, but I mean, it's just a click away to experience more and to get into all the details, right?
Yeah, I think it's always nice to have introduction, like, I mean, having a text, and now we can see that there is a video, and we cannot hear the voiceover, but the president of Sea Shepherd is talking about the topic, and we know that if we want to have the sound before the video, we need to have a click. So I think the first page also was made for having the sound without having to click on a button, like, yeah, put your headphone back. So yeah, on this page we find the Earth again. So it's I think the composition is really interesting, because on both page we had it, but because they changed it, it's not boring, because before that was huge and really like almost dramatic, the way that the Earth was taking all the place, and now it's like more in the center, and we can really like see it turning around and really admire the texture a bit more. So I think they did a really good job on using the same model over and over again without it to be annoying and boring.
Totally. I think what is also great to experience is that they really took care of making a continuous experience. We had this video where we had the elements of this fish net within the water, where it's super dramatic and giving you like opening up an atmosphere which really keeps you within the experience. So I think it's a really great idea to continue this kind of campaign also in the digital, within the digital context. But Anais, I also think that makemepulse had this website as a special project, right?
Yeah, there was a pro bono website. So that means that they did it for free. Every year they used to do like a greeting card, like a wish. Last year, for example, there was a Nomadic Tribe, like amazing website that won a lot of awards. Yeah, it's amazing that this year they choose, instead of doing that they will do a pro bono website for environmental project. So cheers to them. It's great that they can contribute in their way, and I think we should all do that.
Definitely, yeah. In the past, I also had the possibility to talk to Sea Shepherd Germany, and they're happy for every help and happy for every donation. So keep doing things like that, and cheers to makemepulse for putting effort in things like that, especially in 2020, where with the pandemic everything got a little bit shaky and different. And thumbs up.
And
okay,
also,
cool.
I just want to say some words about the atmosphere of this site. When you see the planet, how it's circling around their line, and the circle, when you want to drag it to see the numbers and how the typography and the composition again works here, is very interesting to come in a game with the interactive elements of the site.
Absolutely. Should we enter it?
Yeah. We are waiting for you.
Can you do it slowly?
Yes.
But there is really interesting interaction with just like the opening of this part. Like if you click, you have like the arrow that become the head of the Triton. So they really try to reuse the logo and the identity of Sea Shepherd everywhere, and I think they do it really well.
Boom.
Yeah.
What a great first impression. When I was thinking of the website and I was seeing it, well, is it another concept of a globe, of a 3D globe in the center? Because like this basic idea is not like super crazy new, but I think they really took a nice approach to reinvent it a little bit with having it as a key element, as a continuation of the campaign, and especially creating a very, very unique kind of globe, and kind of also in taking a little bit of the trend of this rough, sometimes cute 3D elements in combination with great typography, which we see a lot. And so from this point of view, I think this is a really cool first impression. But Anais, you said already so many small details with the opening. So which thoughts do you have on that?
Yeah, I really love the glove. Sorry, I think the texture is amazing. You almost feel like you can touch it, like if it was made of paper. So I think it's really well done. I really love the fact that the sea is full of fishing nets, and in the area where there is the boat, there is none. So it's really working to show that the action of Sea Shepherd, like helping to clean the sea of all the deadly fishing nets, and it's done really beautifully.
Yeah, I agree. The texture of the fishing nets around the planet is something amazing. It's so atmosphere and so amazing if we look like the water are, and the water is not clear because the water is full of fishing nets, which is very dangerous for our nature and for the people and the globe.
I think what is also very interesting to note is when you look a little bit on Sea Shepherd's general visual communication, they are always between like this enlightenment and aggression, because when they're like sometimes really aggressive with their methods, and at the same time they are fighting for a good cause. So they want to clarify, they want to enlighten people, they want to help the environment. And I have the feeling that this is very well fetched here, like this kind of dark, almost aggressive font and lots of rough details, and at the same time with the possibility of learning, interacting, getting enlightened with the content, also having like kind of a little bit of the smile when you look at the names of the different ships, where we're moving from Martin Sheen over Farley Mower to White Holly and Ocean Warrior. So this is my favorite one, Brigitte Bardot. So it's really interesting how they fetch the visual communication of Sea Shepherd, and I don't think that it's following some kind of design guidelines or some style guide or whatever, but it's just like really talking to them and getting what they're talking about and what they feel and which kind of people they are and what they want to communicate. So I think that they fetch this atmosphere very well at this point. So thank you very much, makemepulse, for doing a really cool job about that.
Something that it's really satisfying also is having the names following the continent. It's like I spend a lot of time just like playing around just to see like how the name appear and disappear. It's really nice, and I know that technically it can be a pain sometimes to match UI and 3D elements, and I think they do it really well. And about the name of the boat, they are named after the people that gave the money for. So Brigitte Bardot actually helped Sea Shepherd to raise the money for the boat. So that's a nice fact to know.
That's a nice gesture, definitely. Olga, what are your thoughts on this overall, on this micro interactions and more on micro level and not like just a general approach?
are really in love with it because it's very this morphing is very smoothly, and it's very clear to understand when you see some ways where the area are danger for the another to see where the problem are. And for me, my favorite screens will be later when we click to the Bob Barker, for example, or another direction, and there will be some surprise and some special details in which I in love, in a big love. Thank you, makemepulse, for it.
I had to, besides of the great things they did, I also, I'm let's say a little bit blessed because I already had contact with Sea Shepherd, but for somebody who is joining this website or who is entering this website for the first time, I got the feeling that there will be potentially some problems to understand what it's all about. What is Sea Shepherd? Is it some kind of, what is this project about? What is this campaign about? Since there is a clear call to action or a clear way to go, I think that this could be a little bit better, and potentially this is also represented in the ranking of the votes, because when we look at design, usability, creativity, and content, the topic of usability and getting the context, what it's all about, is the weakest one. I mean, it's still amazing, but the weakest one. And I think when I'm trying to navigate, where am I? What is the goal of the website? I need to look for this little button here, the project, to basically really get the overall context. I personally think that this is a missed opportunity to get these people, or getting the user really to not only interact, but really getting engaged about this topic.
Yeah, the project, we see the information about the campaign, we can watch the movie again, and most importantly, there is a button saying take action once more time. If we push this button, the button takes us to the website of the organization that specializes in protecting the oceans. But for me, content, it's not enough to understand which the company are talking about, how I can communicate, not making only donation for the problem which we have on this site to see. So for me, it will be more content, not so animated or so integrated, but just the text content which explain what I just like human do more than making a donation.
Yeah, I agree. And about the button, the project, for me, it was a bit lost. At the first time, I didn't saw it because it's in between share, that it's just basically copying the URL and the logo. So I think the hierarchy is maybe could have been done better to maybe highlight more if people want to learn about the project.
Definitely. What I think is also very interesting, and we are all designers, yeah, and we love these clever details. I read about makemepulse case study that some of these numbers here shown at the top, which are, I think, very, very important to give some context, are more or less live data. Yeah, so they're getting somewhere the information, and we as designers, we especially love those details when we know that there's like not static stuff or not just like one-way communication, but really getting some live information, some live content. And whoever is watching from makemepulse, you can maybe answer this hypothesis within the YouTube chat, giving us a little bit of behind-the-scene information, how if this is true. And if there's something else hidden somewhere, which we would really like to find out.
We also answered about the fact that we said that we are missing maybe a bit of content. It said that we skipped the video, which is true, and the video was explaining a bit of the subject, even if there was an extract of the longer video. So it's true that if you watch the video, maybe you can understand, but we still like to have some text.
Yes,
it's true. But maybe we are not the only users clicking this video or closing this video. And if you're talking about like user flows and how do you get the pains and gains of the users, I think that this video, if it's so important, it could be maybe not only put between those scenes, yeah, but maybe kind of really integrated in this experience here, because when it's so important, we are somehow used as users to sometimes click things away when they feel like an overlay or when they feel like a unnecessary scene, which I don't think that it is at all. But this was potentially we are not the only users where this happens to get these information. But yeah, great comment and very important insight.
I agree
So,
that the video is, I agree that the video is very important to see, because we can feel during the video the atmosphere and the problematic of the site and this project and campaign. But a lot of people really in life, they skip it. Sorry, but it's a fact, because a lot of people are just surfing something in the internet. They come to a beautiful website and they have so many time to understand what is going on, to search it, to watch it, because maybe video is very big or very long, and it's not so short where in some words you can just read if you are so interested in the project, the problematic of this campaign.
I would suggest that we jump into some of these navigational parts, because I think that this is a really great combination of traditional flat navigation and this 3D immersive experience. So let's go through the fleet. And with this interaction, we have a really nice possibility to jump through the different boats, different ships, checking out where they are positioned, seeing there with this area around the boat, potentially showing the area they are protecting or the area they are checking, because I guess that there's some high potential danger regarding the things they are trying to solve. And with that, we have here a very interesting navigation with some different details. So what are you guys thinking, Olga?
I think these icons that remind us the topics, they are great, and the solution of such navigations is more easier. You don't have to use the globe to look around, but you can do it below, but it still keeps rotating depending on the place you're looking at. So it's awesome, really. Finding anything you need on this website is a piece of cake.
Yeah, I agree. It's really nice to have a double navigation for people that just want to look around the 3D globe, and people that want something more traditional and straightforward with all the name. I think it works really well. And there we will have also more information about the boat and what they are doing and where they are in these specific areas. So that's nice.
So let's jump into one of those details, because what I think is very interesting is the balance, this fusion of overlay, let's say a little bit more classic modules as an overlay, going through overlaying basically the 3D experience. And it's a really cool combination of, let's say, more traditional usability patterns, as well as going through the 3D, going through a world, navigating through a world, which is also a very cool on mobile experience on a smartphone, because as you can see with this overlay navigation, it's easy to adapt to mobile or to other topics. And Anais, what do I think about this, about the possibility to jump here into different areas?
Yeah.
You know what? While you were talking about the mobile version, in the same time in our chat on YouTube, some have the question: is this responsive in mobile too? And you're answering in it that yes, and it's really amazing on mobile too.
Yeah, it looked like they really thought deeply on the mobile, maybe even before the desktop, because nowadays people are mostly on the phone. So it's great because there is so many immersive websites that just have like just a placeholder page saying like, yeah, check it out on desktop, and it just doesn't work. So I think it's really great that they succeed to make everything work and all the layouts. It's really fitting. So
I think this is also a very important note for us as members of the jury, because having a good mobile experience or having a continuous experience is a very important topic when you're creating your next website, because especially in times of COVID, I would numbers say that people are even more on smartphones, and having a really good experience optimized for the mobile context, but at the same time having a great code share potentially helps to create great experiences with great efficiency, and still saying and still showing that it's a great experience. Yeah, as we can see here, this basic concept of navigating through the different areas works very well as the overlay, and giving you a great experience to scroll through all the things. I'm here with my browser, with my web browser, so it's not a couple of things are not working as well as it would be on a native mobile browser. But I think that it shows a really good picture, right?
Yeah, I agree, absolutely. Because, for example, on mobile version, most of all, I love when you can make the interaction by your fingers, by your swiping, touching some details, and you understand that you can through on the content and integrate and play with it.
I would even go further and creating the hypothesis that they potentially actually created this website mobile first, because when you look at how straightforward the positioning of the elements within the area, the touch area of your thumb is, and that the basic concept of something like that is very focused on the mobile experience, and then they had the possibility to scale it and to also say, well, we have same principles, we have similar modules, but positioned in a different way to really use the space, how users navigate through the website or through the desktop experience. And as you can see here, it's also a really cool swipe experience, and having the possibility to have a deep dive. All right. So let's come back to the desktop experience, and maybe have the third part we would like to look at, which is also probably our most favorite part, is the actual goal of the website. And as we know and as we learned, we are talking a lot about take action, and the question is, which action should we take? Olga, what do you think?
I think it will be donation, maybe, or some game. Yes, it's my favorite screen. I love it so much because the seagulls here is especially my love. If you see, we see the morphing and the animation while the ship is playing on the water. And look at the screen, you see these beautiful seagulls which are flying, and it's make to feel us more atmosphere and the depths of the project, and it's my love. Sorry, I am so emotional on the screen. I can't do anything with myself.
What's really interesting here is the donation mechanism. The more you give, the more you help to clean the sea. So it's really nice to have like a visual feedback of how much your money can help Sea Shepherd cleaning the sea. So I think it's a really clever way to engage, and it make me want to give a lot, because you're like, I want to go at 100% of the cursor. So it's really nice.
Absolutely. I think making things tangible is super clever. Yeah. I mean, we are talking here about money. Yeah. But at the same time, what users will think, okay, well, $20 or $10 or whatever, what can I do with that? What is Sea Shepherd going to do? And I think visualizing something like that and showing, okay, with only, I mean, we don't know how accurate this is, but at least they say your donation matters. And with showing the area where we influencing positively is really, really cool. And it's also great for all the UX lovers. It's also a great tool to transfer money into digital assets, to let users have the feeling that it's easier to interact with that. Like, for example, on Twitch with bits, or when you have within games different skins or something like that. I mean, you're paying basically money with that, but it's easier to get connected to something tangible to really lower barriers. And with that, I think they really created a cool job, and it's very, very interesting to experience that also on mobile.
Yeah, and what is also really nice is like they're really focusing on the positive of the message, like cleaning the sea, because I think a lot of video of Sea Shepherd are like dead dolphin and dead whales, and so like a lot of blood everywhere. And I think it's really refreshing to have something focusing on like action that are really positive, because as we know, Sea Shepherd can be really violent sometimes. So yeah, I really like that. Just a comment about this scene. I really loved in the previous page all the texture that we had on the blue circle, and I kind of miss it here. Like there is a lot of reflection and shadows and like the ripple effect. It's really beautiful, and I personally would have loved to see on the donation page also, to have like something a bit more deep, but it's a personal opinion.
I mean, totally, I agree. What I think is also interesting is it feels very playful. It feels almost like a game. So I really need to force myself to look at this button here at the bottom, since I wanted to play around with it and maybe changing the ship, because we are learning about the fleet and things like that. So I thought, okay, well, maybe I can choose a specific boat or something like that to interact with. But somehow it's not happening. But what Olga, what do you think, for example, about this general look and feel and design approach also in such a detailed manner? What are your thoughts on that?
I think that the interface of donation is very great, because you can see obviously when and how you can help to solve the problem, and your interactive see your impact on the future. When you decided to drag it more to the right, you see the more number of money you want to donate, and after that you see how you can impact on the problem and be very helpful for the world. It's great. I think that's the best solution for the donation I have seen ever before. Why not? makemepulse, they are
Definitely.
great, really. They need to have a lot of positive comments because they really made a great job. It's a true.
I was wondering a little bit why we have here separate access points, and I think that could help a little bit to explain, especially because we are jumping into a third party website or to another tab. So I got lost a little bit. Okay, why is there separation? But I think these are small details, and it's great that they're transferring to really trusted websites. So I really feel comfortable that the money goes to the areas which are necessary.
Yeah, right.
By the way, I already donated, so please do it, and do not forget to help Sea Shepherd and making, as we can see here, the ocean as blue as possible. Cool. So I think at this point, it would be very interesting to maybe wrap it up in a sense of that you maybe give an overall impression, an overall judgment of this website. What's it's really cool, and what things can be even more improved. So Anais, would you like to start with your overall impression or comment as a member of the Awwwards jury?
Sure. Overall, I think the experience is really smooth. The storytelling is it's really nice, and as we said, like the donation page really helped to understand what your money is going to be for. So I think they did a really great job with the art direction, the choice of the font. They could have gone for something super corporate and more classical, and they choose to have something really crafty and that bring emotion. So yeah, cheers to that. I totally love it. In terms of UX, maybe I would have loved to have the donate button accessible earlier, because I think we have to do a lot of click before being able to donate. So yeah, the donation button, the maybe learning more about the project, highlighting more the bottom to learn more about the project. But like globally, I think the experience work really well, super smooth. So great job, guys.
For me, I'm a big fan of the atmosphere of the site. The elements that were used to create its animation. For example, when we swipe, we see the highlights of the places where fishing takes place. We can click them and see some more details. I like the subtle animation here. It fits perfectly. The globe itself looks awesome too. The textures, my special love, colors and so on, and the typography are everything are balanced and thought through. However, as I said before, I do feel like there isn't enough content here about the problematic and about how not making only a donation and be more helpful for the problem and make more impact on the future. We do get descriptions of the cases in certain areas of the world, but I would say it's very specific and doesn't address the whole issue as it should. But the projects are amazing. It's true. Everything is, if you're looking on UI and some UX solutions, it's really, really great. And animation and seagulls, it's my favorite love. Thank you for them. But for me, content, I think need to be more about this problematic and information how I can be helpful for the world.
Thank you. And I would also be very interested what the final judgment of all our YouTubers or our YouTube watchers or live stream watchers would look like. So share with us your final statement on this great experience and what you think makes this website special and can be even potentially improved for version 2 or 3 or 4. So whatever is whatever makemepulse is doing next year, next Christmas time. But Olga, you said something very, very interesting, which I would like to add also, is that I think that they put a lot of love into micro animations and things like that, which are not necessary, which sometimes cannot, which is sometimes not usual when you do, let's say, something like a pro bono side project. So I think it's a great opportunity to also test things and to find out how things can be solved. For example, one small detail: when you're experiencing this website, this page on mobile, you're having your thumb on the handle, of course. But at the moment when you're using it, the number's jumping to the top, so you're not hiding the actual number with your thumb. And I think these are the details which are really, really interesting and making this website as a great project. And I think we can also emphasize everybody to have side projects like this. And I'm assuming it was a side project like this, to learn, to have a playground and also fulfilling a purpose, which is really, really, really cool. And one final statement or one final sentence from my side. I think what makes this website very, very special is that immersive web experiences have not many times a clear call to action. And so from this point of view, I think we have a really rare case of how web experience or immersive web experiences are connected to an activation. So it's more about empowerment and activation instead of just like pure perspection and having some visual porn or whatever. So it's much more than that. And I think this is what makes it what makes it very, very unique.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. And about all the micro interaction and micro animation, everything is really coherent. Sorry.
Yeah.
And like for example, the overs or on the button and like everything that it's rendered, there is like this ripple effect everywhere. So everything makes sense all together. All the animation, like the art direction, like the use of the small elements of the logo. As icons everywhere. So I think it's really, really, really nice.
Definitely. Perfect.
I agree. Yeah.
So I think that's the moment where we are jumping into where I would like to give back to Rachel, and we have the possibility to jump into the questions of the community to learn more about that and to to answer all these different questions. So, Rachel.
Hello. So we were really lucky to have Lewis answer and some of the other team from makemepulse on the chat. So we've been having questions that have been directed straight at the team, which they've been answering in the chat, which is good. And I've got a load of questions here for you guys as well. So let's have a look. One for Anais. How do you manage to run a complex 3D model like this globe smoothly?
I think the model on itself is really well optimized, but also all the little details I think are not in the model, like really inside the mesh. What we do normally for 3D for web is that we use something called a normal map or height map sometimes that is going to be generated before on the 3D software that's going to create the illusion of the relief, and that's making the model really light to process by the browser, and you still have a lot of details, but without having the mesh to be too much complicated. So there is a work to do before. And for example, for the Earth, there is a lot of resources. For example, in the NASA website, there is like satellite photo that people can use for that. So advertising for awards, Celia Lopez is going to do a great tutorial about that, like how to do 3D for WebGL.
Good answer. Thank you, Anais. I like it when people sneak in a bit of promo for awards courses as well. But yeah, that course is going to be exciting from Celia Lopez. Okay. Olga, what would you change about this website if there was one thing?
Yeah, as I said before, honestly, I would add more content here. And now I see that in the chat, Louis answering what you would change if you have not zero budget on this project or more money. And Louis also answers that the content and more information. Why? Because we could learn about what exactly your donation would do or how the governments, for example, find this issue and so on. I guess I'd like to see some more pages, possibly not as interactive, but filled with useful content, and everything else like the interactive animation, micro animation, typography, content, WebGL, our globe, beautiful with the beautiful texture. Everything is awesome, but more information how I can be helpful, I will change in this project. That is all. And maybe, as I said in start of our session, make a little logo bigger. That is all.
There's also some saying, like we all know that, and it's a stupid saying, but sometimes it helps that we have like this sentence of content is king, but context is better. Yeah, things like that. I think we have a great context here, but as you said, the content is missing. So it is very, let's say, very on a high level, but it could be even on a higher level, on the highest level, if we also solve the potential of content and learning and educating, which also is a big part of Sea Shepherd's work. So stupid saying, but sometimes it helps, definitely.
Okay, a question from Oscar about typography. So everyone was commenting in the chat how much they like the typography, which was Monarch by Wise Type Foundry. So how important is it to find the right typography for this type of web experience?
I think it's very, very important because the right typography gets us more depth, atmosphere, and visual communication with the project. And for example, here the letters in titles are sharp and overlap with each other, creating a pattern similar to a fishing net. That it's very important to feel this atmosphere and the depth of the project and value.
What I think what is also possible to add to that is again like it you look at Sea Shepherd or you look at the visual direction and you can feel something. And we as designers, we would like to, our task is, besides of solving problems, is also trying to manifest this atmosphere. And we all know this atomic approach. So from the smallest thing to the biggest experience, we can influence everything and gather and yeah, put our experience in it and put this atmosphere even in the smallest element. And of course, like typography or fonts are definitely not the smallest element, but the mass of these elements make it possible that an atmosphere is created and even made interactive. And I think this is a very important thing, that you also not only design for yourself, but design for the brand, for the user, and for the purpose they're having. And I think this font helps a lot to fulfill this or to create this great atmosphere. Even if I'm not agreeing 100% with the line height, sometimes it's a little bit too narrow for me to really have the possibility to read it smoothly and positively. But besides of that, I think it helps a lot to create this atmosphere, and this is and this is important in this context.
Okay, awesome. Let's talk about the immersive experience. Do you think the immersive experience like this can really help raise awareness on sensitive subjects?
Yeah, I think it really helps because I think storytelling really helps to keep the user longer on the website. So if you want to have the chance to be able to give a message and to raise awareness, you need people to do not like go directly out of the website. And I think design and smart interaction really help for that. For me, like this website could be like an exhibition when you just want to look around and see and learn things really easily without having to like look at like really long paragraph of text. And especially today where we cannot go outside and like go to exhibition, I think experiential website can do that for us. And so I think it can work also to target a different audience than people that will voluntarily go to a Sea Shepherd website and give money by themselves. Now they can also have people that maybe not didn't know about the subject before, and because of the great experience, they are more sensitive about the subject so yeah.
I think that was also the best possible question you can ask somebody from Immersive Garden. Because I mean, they're amazing immersive web experience designers and developers, and also nominated for Site of the Month, I guess. So, I mean, there's great purpose around that, and again, it's always I think it's always valuable to think about the balance between great experiences as well as what's the purpose, what do I want to achieve, and since it's always good not to create even more unnecessary stuff in the digital world, and for sure this is not an unnecessary stuff, and it's a really good example of how immersive experience can engage to a topic and can engage to understand something besides of reading a Wikipedia article or whatever, which is sometimes needs much more motivation instead of scrolling and swiping through a really cool website.
But also, I think this particular topic isn't as popular. It's always good to raise awareness. So even if it might not seem important now, but time will pass and it will get way worse. So every way how we can communicate about the global problems, it's also achieved, and very great to talk about it, because now we're thinking that it's something small, it's not so important, but in some years looking for the global problems we have with our ecology, it can be worse more and more.
Okay. All right. Thank you. So this was zero budget. If you had a massive budget, what would you have done with this?
I have an idea. I think the basis what we have is great, and I wouldn't change too much what is already created. But I think I'm all the time thinking of this video. Yeah, this video was kind of like it feels. I mean, if it's so important, why with more budget or more money, it would be helpful to create more of this content, because you are in this world and you really would like to learn about things and interact with things. So having some kind of rich media, created videos, created the potential of really get sucked into this world would be a great move from my experience. And with that, you have the possibility to explore and build up a great basis. Also with the potential to get users hooked. Yeah, so having some kind of reoccurring new website, new videos, new content, maybe some activities. So at the moment it's online and it has some buzz, and maybe in 2, 3, 4 months nobody is clicking it anymore because it's seen or there's no online marketing about that, etc., etc. But if there would be some kind of newsletter or really possibility to, get interviews with these people who are really taking out these fishing nets, would be helpful. So it's a really kind of engaging platform with adding value, and with a purpose. And that's my wish for next year or this year.
I agree that I will not change a lot of things about the website because I think they did it really well. So I agree 100% with you, Jonas, that will have been more about the global communication, following your donation, saying how you really help in the field. That will be great. But about the website, just the little detail that we say, and it's not really about money, really.
And maybe performance, because my MacBook is like screaming basically when I'm opening this website, and as also as we saw on the technical side, there is some kind of potential, and I mean, it's great and it works, and I hope you guys didn't have such a lag, because we were discussing if it's maybe too much of interaction for having it on a live stream, but I think that would be a potential to be also adaptable and to be also having the possibility to create new content, because I'm very sure that there's no content management system or something similar. So that's maybe also a potential.
Well, it must have been okay on the live stream, because normally if it's lagging, everybody is falling over themselves to tell us. And no one said that. So yes, I'm sure it looked great. Okay, so we've got a question from Sarah for you guys. Have you ever worked on a similar project with zero budget, and how did you manage it? And why do you think it's important for agencies or designers to commit with non-profits? So 2 sort of questions in one there.
Anais, please.
Yeah, I never had the opportunity to work on a pro bono project. I think you need to be in a company that has enough money for doing that. So it's really cool that they're taking the time to do that. The only free project I work on is like personal project, like a portfolio for friends. So it's not really comparable to that. So but it really made me want to maybe do more of that, like taking time off to help. Instead of giving money, we have skills and we can use that for helping.
For example, we every year takes 1 or 2 projects to help with zero budget, to help some companies on our local market in Ukraine, making something good. Why I think it's very important for agencies and designers, maybe business karma or something else, to make the help for whole the world, because when you are helpful for someone, when you will have, I believe in that very much, when you will have some troubles, you can meet one person who will be helpful for you too. So this is just like a karma, make the not the war, just love the whole the world and help a lot of people to make our world better. But we making such project not so huge and so interactive like made it makemepulse, but it's very small. But every year 1 or 2 projects we take.
I think I quickly mentioned it before, but I would like to add something to that. Standing still is the first step into the wrong direction. And I think that we as designers, we are evolving all the time and trying out new things, trying to together with developers, want to test libraries, want to test new engines, and we don't have sometimes there's no possibility because of budget, because there's lots of projects or whatever. But if there is some potential, if there's some kind of time, why not doing an experiment, or why not doing a side project within a context? Yeah, within for Sea Shepherd, or we are helping in Germany the Weiße Ring, which is kind of a platform for helping victims of different crimes and their families. And we said, well, let's recreate your donation site because it's horrible. Yeah, so we tested out a few new things and could create a cool experience. And so doing the experiments is important to evolve. Doing experiments in the context is even cooler because it has the potential to see the light. And the most important thing is, I would say that it's very, very often also a door opener to new projects or a door opener to engage with these clients. Because, I mean, Sea Shepherd has money to buy ships or whatever for 10, 15 million euros or whatever. So maybe next year we will see an immersive platform for Sea Shepherd from makemepulse because they get their bus and they had the possibility to help, but as well as having the opportunity to scale their business. So seems like a plus for everybody.
Okay, excellent. Nice to hear about all your side projects there. So we've got a bit of a more general question from Chilled Dog, asking, as a beginner, he or she wants to know about free work. So asking as a beginner, for example, free website design or free work in general, what do you think about it?
I think it will depend of the client. If you do it for a friend, it's fine. I'm not sure about like selling work for free. If you're not sure of your skill yet, just like make a practice project because it could like unvalue your work. I think it's good to sell your work at the correct price. I'm not sure how to explain that. but definitely, like if you're not sure of what you're able to do, like you can do free project for your friends, or just proposing something that you already do for a client. But I'm not sure you should do like professionally something and say it's free, except like if it's a pro bono website for an organization, of course.
If we're talking as a beginner, a free work, it's normal why you just want to make your portfolio or get the experience of first project. So you just can submit your works for different festivals, just student festivals, for example, or making some concept not for the clients, or just some concept for Nike or Adidas you decided to redesign, and how do you think it will be in your mind, for example, for your portfolio. But if you're talking like the free work at home, I'm not agreeing, because I think that every work need to be awarded. And if you decided to do something free, it's not a work. It's more about the passion or your mission, or you want to be helpful and make some impact to someone, make more beautiful this work, for example. But it's just not like the work. It's more about your inside feeling to be in such project, for example. And as we are talking as a beginner, yes, it's okay, just if you want to make your portfolio for the first steps.
What I would like to add to that is, I mean, this is a really, really, really interesting topic, because I think especially in our industry, free work is sometimes clients ask for free work, which is very, very weird, especially in pitches or whatever, because you're also not going to the carpenter and ask, hey, can you do me a half table for free? And then I see if I like it or not, and then I take it or not. So this is kind of a really weird attitude. But I think as individuals as well as agencies we're trying to educate our clients, trying to say, well, this is not this is a service we are doing. This is something valuable, and we need to be rewarded. So doing things for free is something else than helping NGOs or helping friends or helping companies to get some kind to learn, to test something, or to get into this context. But one interesting insight maybe is what I really love about our applications, for example, as a beginner, is when they have some kind of experimental or free work, which is really amazing and thought through it. So, for example, recreating Wikipedia how it should be in 2021, and creating a design, or creating a prototype, or testing something with new tools or new technology, and really showing the individual capacities and individual talent in things like that. Super cool, and showing it on Behance or whatever, or wherever you want, or on your website. And maybe somebody's calling from Wikipedia or whatever and saying, well, this is really cool, can we collaborate? On the other hand side, I really enjoy and love portfolios like that, which helps for me as a co-owner and creative director to really identify, okay, where's the talent and what potential does it have? So things like that are really, really cool.
Okay, I think that is some excellent advice from the jury there. So Chilled Dog, there you go. You got some really good ideas. And I think the idea of creating or improving websites for charities is absolutely perfect, because you're valuing your work and it's going to people who really need it. I almost feel we could do a whole live session talking about ways to not work for free, but to develop your skills. But we're going to have to leave it there for today. So that's all we've got time for. Thank you to everyone for all of your questions and comments on the chat. We really hope you enjoyed this. If you did, subscribe to our YouTube channel. That was such a great start to our year of live sessions. So thank you so much, Jonas, Anais, and Olga.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Rachel, and the whole awards team, and Anais and Olga and all the watchers. It was really, really, really cool, and looking forward to 2021, and stay healthy and stay creative, right?
Yeah. Thank you, Jonas, for a great host, and thank you, Anais, for to be part with you like a partner. And Rachel, you are every time I see you, you are amazing, and thank you for everything.
Thank you so much, Olga. So if you enjoyed this, you should watch the next live jury review. We've got Sophia and Nicolo, and that is on February the 11th. So I look forward to seeing you there. So that's all for today. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye.